Hello students, welcome to Btech360. We've just done a detailed video on the design education landscape in the country. But it was very important for us to explain to the students of the kind of colleges that are there and what are the kind of future prospects and career pathways that will emerge if you have to follow design education in the country. So what we'll talk right now is the kind of, who should be doing this design course in the country, what kind of roles emerge, what kind of career pathways emerge, what kind of institutions that are offering this particular course, and we'll talk about the top institutions in the country which are offering a BDes or MDes courses. The agenda is simple, that we want to explain to the student of the kind of student who should be doing this particular course, the kind of roles that will emerge or the career pathways that will emerge if assuming you were to do this particular course, and the kind of good colleges that are out there in the country. And before I move further and start explaining this whole thing, my simple request always remains the same. Please subscribe to Btech360. Now over to us in terms of the top design colleges in the country and what exactly. Now to begin with this whole thing, what are the career paths? Let's assume that you're actually doing a PCM. You're doing a PCM, right? Now, if you're doing PCM, and by the way, a lot of people, who do PCM get into this, but increasingly people doing arts and science stream also, commerce stream also are doing the design thing, right? If you're getting into PCM, there are 4 pathways that you have. One is pure, and by the way, BTech is of course the biggest pathway that a lot of people work on. They do pure sciences, so you go to ICERS and do BSc Maths, Chemistry, Physics, and so on and so forth. Or you do analytical and data courses, which are the data sciences, business analytics, and those kind of things. The third thing, one of the biggest opening that you have is a creative and design pathway. So a lot of PCM students actually do the creative and design pathway is what they do, because they don't want to do BTech, they don't want to do the research intensive pure sciences, or they're not really keen on the data and analytics part of it, or they don't want to do the professional track also. So what they do is they do the creative and design element because they like that. Now, from that perspective, we're covering this thing of what is the creative and design, who is it meant for? The student who should be doing a design course is someone who has got a strong sense of aesthetics and creativity. You're very, very strong in aesthetics. You know what looks good, what feels good, what has an emotional connect. All those things is something that you must be very clear. And the creativity element must also be extremely high. You enjoy creating experiences, not just solving problems. By the way, design also solves problems, but you also enjoy creating experiences out of the whole thing. So the emotional connect that anything that you see as a product or anything service is something that a design person would have actually worked at the back end to make it happen. You understand user behavior and design empathy. So you need to, ultimately it is meant for the person who is looking at it and feeling the connect, right? So you need to understand that user behavior, and you're comfortable with feedback. So in design, a lot of things is about, someone coming back to you saying this is not looking good, and you start iterating that. So you need to be very comfortable with feedback, iteration, and ambiguity, which means that you don't have a set pattern of how you need to work on. And you're willing to build a portfolio, not just course, and rely on marks only. So you're not just relying on marks, you're talking of portfolio. Like in technology, you have GitHub. In design, you need to actually create a portfolio over a period of time, which actually speaks about the kind of work you do, and not just your scorecard, marks, and rank and CGPA. It doesn't work in design. A portfolio works far better than all those things added together. Now, with that in context, what are the kind of specializations that you have and what you must be doing? In BTech programs, you actually have product design, industrial design, communication design, UX, UI design, and game design. And in the creative tech, you have interaction design, experience design, AR, VR design, digital media design, and computational design. We'll talk about it at some point in time in detail about each of these programs, right? And then in media and film, you actually have film media production, visual communication, digital content creation, animation film design, and human-computer interaction. So you actually have this. In fact, there are 47 specializations in design itself. 47 specializations. We're just talking of or touching base with a few of them, which are very strong at this point in time. Now, what are the kind of roles that are offered to people who actually end up getting into the design course? You, of course, can be a UI, UX designer, product designer, industrial designer, visual communication specialist, design strategist, interaction designer, service designer, branding and identity expert, packaging designer, film and animation artist, design researcher. And then on the industries hiring, IT and software, consumer electronics, healthcare, automotive, education, FMCG, lifestyle and retail. And then placement is international recruiters visit premier institutions. A lot of companies these days go to design college to recruit good designers. Alumni startups also recruit because they've started something of their own, which are design studios, and they go to their own institute and recruit because there are a lot of design studios in the country, and they every year keep hiring fresh people. right? And internships are offer convert to PPO. So in this, remember, in design, if you're doing a BDes or MDes, the most important thing is to understand whether the college actually offers an internship, because typically it's the internship that converts to a PPO, which is pre-placement offer, and ultimately converts to a placement also, right? And many graduates start with their own studio. So one of the things about design course that you should be very clear about is, unlike BTech, in design you can actually be a freelance designer and start on your own at some point in time when you actually have built a portfolio, and that happens in design a lot. Now to the top 10 colleges. The top 10 colleges we earlier discussed about. What are the top 10 colleges in the country? The first one is, of course, NIT Ahmedabad. This was created in 1961, not 51, right? And its ownership is government owned. It's the first design institute in the country. The rating of our career 60 is 5A, which means it's the best institute in the country as far as design is concerned. Campus is spread over 37 acres of land. Remember, this is the first thing that was created by the Sarabhai family, based on the India report created by the Eames, which are the world's biggest designers, and that's how it came into being, came into existence in that sense. They offer a BDes course, 8 courses is what they offer. The only way you can get into NIT Ahmedabad is through the NIT DAT examination, and the faculty count here is 57. Let's talk about NIT Ahmedabad a bit more. What are the specialties? I told you earlier, 8 courses is what they offer. They have BDes product design, 19 seats are there. Textile design, 19 seats are there. Graphic design, 19 seats. Animation and film design, 19 seats. Exhibition design, 13 seats. Furniture and interior design, 13 seats. BDes film and video communication, 13 of them. And BDes ceramic and glass design, 13 of them. So that's the number of seats that you have, 8 courses that they offer, and those are number of seats. All of them are 4 years programs rather. And the fee is about 15.83 lakh at this point in time. And the only pathway is NIT DAT. Right. Now, how do you get into NIT Ahmedabad? You look at the rank. The highest closing rank in the open category here is 48 for the open category. We talk of category ranks, by the way. These are all category ranks. Right. 48 in the high open category, 16 in the EWS category rank of 16. In the OBC NCL, it is 40 ranks. 40th highest is what you got it. SC is 24 ranks, 24th rank. ST is 11th rank, and PW is 7th rank. The score, this is out of 100. Right? In the open category, you need to get at least 59.6 to be up there in the 40th rank. For general EWS, 50.9. OBC NCL 53.7, SC is 51.7, ST is 47.8, and PW is 40.6. And this is out of 100 score. Unless you get this kind of a score or this kind of a rank, you cannot get into NIT Ahmedabad. Now, the other one is NIFT Delhi, which is a fashion technology, established in 1986. It's a deemed university. The only way you get into is UCEED examination or NIFT examination. And they also offer 6 BDes programs. The campus size is 4 acres, and the faculty count is 70 of them. Right. Now, what is the programs that they offer? 6 programs. And how many seats? They have BDes accessory design, 38 seats, leather design, 38 seats, knitwear design, 38 seats, fashion design, 38 seats, textile design, 38 seats, and fashion communication, 38 seats, and all of 4-year programs priced at 14 lakh rupees close to. And the only way you can get into that is the NIFT examination or the UCEED examination, which is the JEE paper 2. Right. And what are the highest closing rank in the open category? We're talking of category ranks here. To get into any of these programs, for BDes fashion design, it's 269 is the highest closing rank. And then you also have the category ranks. You can please go through that yourself. For BDes fashion design, it's 322. BTech apparel design production is 1781. Accessory design is 1925. Knitwear design is 2466. Textile design is 3198. And leather design is 3565. And then you also have the category ranks. You can take a screenshot of this because all these are category ranks. Remember that. Now you have NIFT Bangalore. Remember, fashion technology is all owned by the Ministry of Textiles. Established in 1986, government-owned Ministry of Textiles. Right. NIF entrance test is the only pathway to get into it. 5 programs is what they offer, and the campus is 5 acres of land. Right. Now, what is the program that they offer? The 5 programs: BDes fashion design, knitwear design, accessory design, textile design, and fashion communication. So in NIFT, you typically are dealing with fashion apparel and those kind of things. You can very clearly notice the whole thing here, right? Fashion, knitwear, accessory, textile, and all those kind of things. All of 4-year programs, 13.97 lakh being the fees, and the seat matrix is 38 of them is what you have offer in each of those programs. And the only way you can get into is through the NIFT entrance exam or possibly UCEED also. I'll get back to you on that. Right. Now, what is the highest closing rank of the NIFT examination last year for you to get into this, which means UCEED is not acceptable as a CEED. 190 in the open category for Btech apparel production. 2007 is the highest closing rank in the open category for fashion communication. 2074 for fashion design. Accessory design is 4223. Knitwear design is 6447 and textile design is 7435. We're talking of NIFT examination open category cutoff, right? And then you also have the other categories cutoff. Please note that down because that's important for you to understand if you're based on the categories. Then you also have through the UCEED two IITs, and I'm only listing out the top ones, mind you. So that's the reason why I'm talking of two IITs which also offer a BDES. One of them is IIT Bombay. Of course, IIT Bombay is very big, so established in 1969, government owned, and the examination that they have is UCEED, right? And they have one program only. You don't need to get it the campus size and all because this is for across all BTech, MTech and everything, but they also have a BTech program where the faculty for the design program is 25 of them, right? Now, it's a 4-year program. The fee here is much lesser at 8.59 lakh rupees, which is what IITs are. IITs is about 10 lakh rupees for BTech, it's 8.59 lakh. The seat max is 32 seats is what they have, and through the UCEED examination, it's a 4-year program. And quite a few companies go here for placement because they go for BTech and they also end up picking up a few design students also, right? So what's the highest closing cutoff? Through the UCEED examination, it's very competitive. So highest closing cutoff in the general category, open category rather, is 14th rank. For EWS, it's 4th category rank. For OBC NCL, 13th category rank. SC is 7th category rank, and 5th rank is for the ST candidate, right? Then you have IIT Guwahati, which also offers the program. They also have one program, right? And they have a 20 faculty count for the BDES program. Here, again, it's a 4-year program. It's 8.91 lakh being the fees, and they have 56 seats. The only pathway is UCEED examination, right? And what is the closing cutoff rank? Highest closing cutoff rank for the open category, it's 96 for the open category. Then you have for EWS category rank 21, OBC NCL category rank 50 rank, SC is 27 rank, and ST is 7th rank in the category rank for you to get into IIT Guwahati through the UCEED examination to do BDES program, right? Then you have some of the private ones which are very, very good. This is very, very old, mind you, established in 1996, one of the oldest ones that you have in terms of private education besides CEPT and all, right? It's a private institution. It offers the Manipal University degree, which is called MAHE, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, which is also an institution of national it's an institution of eminence, which means it is a university which has been declared with the government of India as having the prospects of becoming the world's best university in the country, right? And that's got the IOE status. We call it IOE status, which is Institution of Eminence. And that status was given about a decade back, actually, right? So people studying in Shrishti Manipal Institute actually get the degree from the Manipal University, which is called MAHE, which is Manipal Academy of Higher Education. We also rank it as very, very high. Here you actually have UCEED examination is what they accept, or Sikkim Manipal entrance test also they actually have it, Shrishti Manipal, right? And they offer 8 programs in BTech, and the campus is 5 acres and about 30 faculty count is what they have. What are the 8 programs that they offer? They offer BTech Industrial and Arts and Design Practices, BTech Spatial Design, Creative Education, Creative and Applied Computation, Visual Communication and Strategic Branding, BTech Information Arts and Information Design Practices, BTech Human Centered Design, and BTech Business Service and System Design. So they actually have very, very niche, nuanced programs is what they created. All of them are 4-year program. The cost is slightly higher at 30 lakh rupees, and the only pathway is UCEED or SMEAT. Then you have BITS Design, which is now earlier, started about 2-3 years back. This is owned by the BITS Pilani people. BITS Pilani have campuses in 3 centers, which is Goa, Hyderabad, and Pilani, which is in Rajasthan. But this particular thing is based in Bombay. BITS Pilani actually started its other non-BTech programs through the campus in New Bombay, where they offer law, management, and design. So they actually have a BITS School of Design, which was established in 2024. It's of course owned by BITS Pilani, which is also an IOE, which is Institution of Eminence, like Manipal, right? They also accept through the UCEED examination or the BITS examination. They offer 6 programs. And the campus size is 60 acres for all those programs, by the way. It's not just for design, by the way. And the faculty size is 28 for the design course. Now, what are the people, courses that they offer? All of 4-year programs, remember that. BTech Design Research and Insight Honors, BTech Visual Design Honors, BTech Human Centered Design Honors, physical product design honors, experience design honors, and UI UX honors. And all of them are 4-year programs, 31.2 lakh being the fees, and they offer through NIFT DAT or UCEED also. Right. Now, the next one is CEPT University, which is one of the earliest entrants based out of Ahmedabad. It's very, very, very good if you get into it. Established in 1962, it's a private institution, one of the best design institutions you have in the country, taking students from UCEED examination. They offer 2 programs, and the campus is 16 acres. Now, what are the 2 programs they offer? They offer BDES, product design, and BDES communication design, and both are 5-year programs. Right. The fee is 22.75 lakh rupees, 40 seats each, and the only pathway is UCEED examination. Right. The next one is MIT Institute of Design, which is come out in Pune. It's a specialized university which is created for design only, if you notice that very carefully. Established in 2006, private institution, MIT Design Aptitude Test. They actually have something called MDAT, right, which is what they do. They have 2 programs, and 125 acres of land is what you have for this particular university, right? And here they have, as I said, 2 programs, BDES and BDES Fashion Design. And the fee is about 19 lakh rupees. Here in BDES they have 250 seats, and Fashion Design they have 25 seats. They actually take it through MDAT examination only. Then you have World Design University, which is again a design university that is set up in close to Delhi, established in 2018, state private. They take from all NIFT DAT, NIFT entrance exam, 12 acres of land and 74 faculty count. And what are the programs that World Design University does? Remember, it's a specialized university only for design. They have BDES Fashion Design, BDES Interior Architecture and Design, BDES UX and Digital Product Design, BDES Graphic and Communication Design, BDES Animation and Game Design, Product Design, Textile Design, Fashion Communication, Transport Design, and Film and Video. So they have all kinds of design things, about 9 courses is what they offer. And these are seat matrices of the number of seats that they have in each of these programs. The fee is about 15 lakh rupees to 16 lakh rupees, 4-year program. They actually accept NIFT DAT, NIFT entrance exam or UCEED. All 3 exams they accept to get into that. What we're doing, remember, we are now listing out the top private and public design universities or courses in the country. And there we are listing out these people. The next one is Anant National University, which is owned by the Piramals of the Piramal Finance and Piramal Housing and all. A very, very big industrial house that operates this, has owned it. But of course, it's operated in trust, it's not for profit, and it's not something that actually feeds into the promoters. They have created a university for the good of the nation and to educate people. And they actually do some very, very good programs, and largely in design and those kind of spaces. It's privately owned. They have their own examination also. And they offer about 7+ programs in the country for BTES, right? And what are the 7 programs that they offer? They have BTES Sustainable Fashion and Design, BTES Space Design, BTES Moving Image, BTES Communication Design, Product Design, Interaction Design, and BTES Transdisciplinary Design. And it's all our 4-year programs. Fee is 25 lakh rupees. It's closer to Ahmedabad, so just be, it's in Gujarat rather. And one of the better universities that has come up off late, besides BITS, Pilani, the Bombay campus. So when you deal with private universities, you're talking of CEPT University, you're dealing with Anant National University, you're dealing with Shrishti Manipal, you're dealing with BITS Pilani. So these are the good ones that have come up off late, and they're very, very good institutions. Right. So what we did now at this point in time is to list out a few public and private institutions which are offering BDES programs and MDES programs also. We also talked to you about the kind of roles that you will get, the kind of jobs that you might get. The most important thing is when you do design, you can also be a freelancer and be on your own, or create your own studio and start working on it. In fact, a lot of people who study in design colleges at some point in time aspire to create their own design studio and employ a lot of young designers to work with clients also, because they have a big client portfolio. I just hope this particular information all helps all those aspiring people who want to take up design as a career option. You must be creative. You must be okay with ambiguous, slightly ambiguity in terms of the career, pathways. But most importantly, if you're creative, if you have empathy, if you have emotional quotient a lot more, then design is the course for you. And this is a very, very good option for people who do PCM or anything beyond that, but are not interested in numbers, not interested in data analysis, pure sciences, research and all, but have a creative bent of mind and want to work in that space only. I hope this helps you. Thank you so much. Namaste.